What's up, fellow? This is Kevin at Cross Culture Christian, helping you bridge the gap between your life and the good life. So I am about to go to church right now. It's Saturday. That's when I go to church. Maybe in a different video I'll talk about me being a Seventh-Day Adventist and all that stuff. But today is not that day. First of all, I need to change. So yeah, we'll talk in a few minutes. Yeah, we'll change. Okay, so today is exciting because I'm about to see a friend of mine who I haven't seen in a while. Like, it's been ages since I've seen him. Yeah, I'm stoked. Before we see him though, I want to talk to you about something that is very, very heavy on my heart and probably the reason why this whole channel started in the first place. Where should I go and film this thing? So one of the things that really, really irks me and annoys me to no end is the attitude and the mindset that Christians are somehow better or purer than other people. It's this superiority complex that has caused so much hate, so much turmoil and distrust amongst those that we're called to love, really. Part of the reason is because of how we have responded to the cultures that are around us, right? As opposed to learning from the cultures around us, as opposed to interacting holistically and critically and compassionately with the cultures that are around us, we end up criticizing, complaining, or maybe even copying the cultures that we're surrounded by, and it's just bad. It's just all around bad. The reason why this channel exists, it's called Cross Culture Christian, is because I want to acknowledge our enemy as imperialistic Christianity, and to also recognize that we can avoid two extremes, right? On the one hand, we don't have to let go or jettison our beliefs for the sake of acceptance. That's one extreme. And the other extreme is to also not be a jerk. If you take a quick look at the history, you'll find out that the idea of loving somebody, treating somebody with kindness and compassion and respect, especially somebody who's different than you, is a uniquely Christian idea. I mean, this idea did not exist before Jesus showed up. And so, but I'm excited today though. I'm excited today because I'm about to see my friend. And Don, he is a Seventh-Day Adventist Christian like myself. He's doing some really cool stuff in the country of Yemen. He works there. And so I'm so curious to find out like how he interacts with the cultures and the people around him. So, okay. He's here. Yo, what you doing? What's up, dude? Good to see you. Hey, what up, Jesus? The recording? I'm vlogging you. So. Yes. Wanyana! He's like a lion. It's like a baby lion. How does it feel like working with people who are not Christian or who are different than you?
It's awesome, dude.
How do you do it?
I work with them.
You just have no choice. What are some things that you would advise them to keep in mind as they learn to work with people who are going to be different than you?
There are more similarities than differences between you and them. Yeah, man. Dude, there's so much more that you have in common with people than you think. Don't ever forget that. Please.
That's it? You're the worst.
How does your belief system or your as a follower of Jesus, how does that impact whatever you do in a cross-cultural setting?
Man, you don't want to give anything less than excellence. Yeah, I don't want to. If I'm going to serve, then I want to serve proclaiming that I'm doing it in service to humanity, inspired by God. I gotta give my best, man. Nothing less.
Yeah, so, as you can already tell, that Don is not a man of a lot of words. I mean, he has few words, and I think he likes it that way. I think I have some of the bestest friends in the world because I learned so much from all these guys. And what I really appreciate about Don is his passion for learning from other cultures, and he grew up in the Philippines, but then he moved to the States when he was 12. He's a cross-cultural Christian like myself, and And one of the things that I learned from him is Don is so good at being in a completely new situation and adapting to it without losing who he is, losing his identity. Both of us agree that imperialistic Christianity is literally the worst. A Christianity that sees itself as better or purer than other people. A Christianity or a religion that's so rigid that it positions itself as not being able to learn from anything or anybody else. It's putrid. It's stinky. You know, it's the worst. Jesus, the founder of this thing we call the Way, came into culture, came into humanity, became one of us, and lived this life as a human being so that we know what God is like, right? And so how much more should we as followers of Jesus should be so into culture, should be so involved and engaged in the things around us for the sole purpose of learning how to love well and sharing them the good news of, hey, you know what? There's good news, man. There's good news for this broken world. There's answers to the stuff that we go through on a day-to-day basis. I mean, we have so much hope, man. There's so much hope, and so I'm super happy to be a follower of Jesus. I'm super happy to be a cross-culture Christian. That's what I learned from Don. Yeah. Any whoosies. Okay, that's it, fellas. This is Kevin at Cross Culture Christian,
helping you cross the gap between your life and the good life.
Ah, you got it. Yes. Take care and God bless. And say, helping you bridge the gap between your life and the good life. Helping you cross the gap between your life and the good life.
Helping you cross the gap between your life and the good life.
But you gotta say to the mic. You gotta say to the camera.
Helping your life.
Yeah, look at the gap.
I think
helping you cross the gap.
Helping you cross the gap between your life and the good.
But you gotta say it to the mic though.
That's it, fellows.
That's it, fellows. This is Kevin at Cross Culture Christian.
Helping you bridge the gap.
Cross the gap.